see, does that work? Yep. It looks like it worked. Looking to me, like it worked. So, hello and welcome to an early baking stream. And we're going to make some Lucia buns, which is kind of a Swedish or Scandinavian specialty. Kind of saffron buns, you can also call them. And then we are going to make some gingerbread cookies. That's what we're going to make. Hopefully, if everything goes okay and I don't mess everything up or burn down the kitchen. So yeah, we'll see. I haven't done any of these streams before, but I hope that the setup is working. The camera face cam is a little bit low quality, but hopefully it is good enough. And you can see the table where the action is going on, so that's why I put the good camera on the table. And if the sound levels are low or not okay, then let me know and I will be able to change that. I should be able to change sound levels. Oh, good. Thank you for letting me know. I'm drinking some green tea in the morning because I needed a bit of tea to wake up this morning. And I'm drinking it in this fine little cup, little mug that maybe you could get in Bryony's store if you were so inclined. But yeah, we are going to be making some saffron buns, and I make these every year for Christmas because it is the tradition. I'm going to have some flour first to be safe. And if that's right, this is a fundraiser, by the way. So I'm fundraising for WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation. And if you donate, I've set up a reward. The lowest amount was £1. So, but if you donate for the bundle, collection for £35, then you can't choose that one and the £1 because then it will be 36. Well, you can, I guess, but not for £35. So then just let me know in the chat. Oh yeah, there was a big what on there. I see. Just so I can read the chat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just let me know then in the chat if what kind of shape you want, because that is a reward. Maybe I should have led with that. So if you donate anything at all, then you can choose the shape that I will make from either the saffron bun shape or a gingerbread cookie shape. I have the gingerbread dough in the kitchen, so I will be getting that. When we've done these saffron buns, they have to rise a bit, so then we'll do the gingerbread cookies. Is the plan. The planche. So I think I have everything working there. Okay, let's go. So we want to split this into approximately 20 little pieces. Start with that. Or that would be 8. So I guess you can make some of them a bit smaller. It's a bit flexible. There are a lot of shapes that are traditional when making these Lucia buns, as they are called, or actually sometimes you call them Lucia cats. I do not know why. Lucicato is the Swedish name. Maybe they made them in cat shapes at one point and then they decided to call them cats. So we can split those like this, and then maybe we can split a few of them in 3 to make some smaller ones. Oh, that would be too small. There we go. So I hope everyone is having a nice morning and looking forward to all of the jingle jamming today. So now I don't want too much flour here. Limited on space. I don't have, this is not even the kitchen. This is just my living room table. And oh, it's a bad one in the chat here. And I need to enable this thing. Did not expect this. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm able to. Okay, now it should be banned. Fine. Right, so we want to. This is the difficult part because I have too much flour here, and the table is too shiny. But as we go along, it should become easier. There we go. A little bit easier now. And we want to just make this a thin roll it out. Have to have a bit of patience with the first one. First few ones usually. I'm not a professional baker, if you thought that. So, and then we rolled it out into kind of a worm. And then we roll one of the ends one way and the other end on the other side into a shape like this. And that is the shape of a Lucia bun. And I need to get the oven plates. So I'll be right back. Because you need to put them on something. There we go. So then we put it on here. And now we just want it to rise there. Oh, and then we do the same thing with all of these. can also do it this way, but it gets more even if you do it on the table. It's already slightly easier to roll. And you don't have to worry if it kind of gets a little flat on the end, because you can just smoosh that down. I think there should be some Christmas music playing in the background. I'm gonna go check if that is actually the case. Okay, there we go. I think it just stalled a bit. So yeah, okay, pretty good. You can see what I'm doing here. Was a bit worried. Then we make these kind of shapes. There are also some other shapes though. If we take some like these ones, maybe. We can make some bigger shapes. There are a lot of shapes. I think I said that before, but I didn't elaborate. There are a lot of shapes, but I don't know all of them. Because some of the shapes, like the sheep and other shapes, are not very commonly done, and the braided shapes, I think usually because those shapes are very big, and then you get a very big bun, and you might not want two big buns because you can't eat those in one go. Or maybe you can, but usually the regular small shapes are preferred because they're flexible. If you want a little bit, then you eat one. If you want more, you eat two. But just as an example, I can show one of the more common shapes. So I kind of know that there are two common shapes. They are very common anyway. This table is very slippery. I might have also put slightly too much flour on the dough. I keep saying dough. English is a weird language with the different spellings of things that make different sounds. So I kind of mix them up sometimes with like bow and bow being spelled the same, although bow can be spelled a different way, means something else. But I think it should be dough actually, usually. Wait, did I set the reward? Let me see if I can fix that. I mean, I should be able to just set it to available right now. if I maximize this. Okay, there we go. It's set to be allowed from 9 a.m. I think I thought that was GMT. I'm gonna set it to 8 a.m. And hopefully that should work now. Wait, it says next 40, that would be 11 for me, that would be 10. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how the Tiltify time zones work, but let me know if it's still unavailable. It says it is not available until... Yeah, but no, that should work. Hope so. I might have to update the other incentives then. Okay, so then I roll the corners like this in the same direction on this one, and on this one I roll them in the other direction, and then they come together like this. And that is supposed to be something. I don't know. Maybe a little cart or something. A sleigh. But that is one of the more popular shapes as well. But of course, you don't have to make the traditional shape. You can make whatever shape you want, as long as it's to your liking, and as long as it's not too... It needs to be kind of the same thickness, of course, otherwise they won't be done at the same time. The music stopped again. Oh, it seems to be playing. Okay. Just very quiet. I'm not sure if you can hear it at all actually, but it is registering on in OBS. Since I'm in the living room, I had set up kind of a unusual setup, or a bit more complicated setup anyway, with a laptop streaming through NDI to a desktop that is streaming to Twitch. So it's it was a bit of a faff to set up, but it seems to be working, and I'm very happy finally got it working. Also, one consideration, if you want to redeem a shape or a Lucia bun, then is that we will have raisins as well. Not everyone likes the raisins in Lucia buns, so they don't add them, or they have to remove them when they eat them. But I like them, so usually put them in the little swirls here, all the little swirls. But that could serve as something for another shape, of course. Maybe. Something that can help define what it is. It has been snowing the last few days. I don't think it snowed yesterday, maybe, but before that it snowed quite a bit here. And the first day it snowed. It was not very cold. It was around 0 degrees, and that makes for pretty good building snow, or as we call it, a hug snow or squeeze snow. So snow that you can squeeze and then it sticks together. So you can just squeeze it to a snow shape. So of course I had to build a snow bunny. And I have to say that the ears were quite difficult. It wasn't perfect squeeze snow either, but it was pretty good. It was almost too good. I mean, it almost stuck together too well. So it was hard to make shapes because it just stuck together and you couldn't get the shape. So I had to kind of cut the shapes a bit. Oh, it still says unavailable? Oh, sorry. Did I put it? Maybe I put it on the wrong day or something? Or maybe it's just a Tiltify thing. And the 2nd, 2023. Yeah. You know what we can do? Or can we not? This, and this. Oh, but yeah, you can just make a regular dimension as well if you want. Then you can just put what you want in the message. I will. Oh. Thank you very much, Onimus, for donating £10 to WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation. And you want a bun in the shape of a whale. That's very fitting. And I will try my best. Is this big enough, I wonder? So I'm wondering if maybe we need 2. I think we might need 2 pieces for this. So if we try to have this maybe as the underbelly, and this will be the tail. Maybe we can shape the tail a little bit like this. This might not be perfectly proportional how whale looks. But I will try. Oh, hello Sally. Welcome to the stream. I am doing some Christmas baking, and we are first making these Lucia buns, which is a Swedish tradition around Christmas. It's saffron buns, you could also call them, because they are buns made with saffron. And I'm also going to make some gingerbread cookies later. And we have had a donation from Only Moose who wants a whale shape. So I'm trying to make a whale out of this bun dough. Oh, hello Knapp as well. Knapp and I will be streaming together on next Saturday, so in a week, the whole day, and then we will do 3 streams. And also he will be streaming on his channel tomorrow if you want to check in for some Dwarf Fortress. He will also be streaming and fundraising for WDC. So let's see if we take one of these. Now we want to make the upper part of the whale. And we can put an eye, at least, with a raisin. Okay, bye Knapp, see you later. So yeah, in Swedish they're called lussekatter or lussebulla. It's actually getting a bit warm here. I'm gonna turn off the heater. I'm sitting here sweating. It's gonna get warm anyway for when I start the oven. Although they don't have to be in the oven for very long, so maybe it won't get that warm. And of course, Sally, yes. We have been fundraising for WDC for a few years now, because we are both very passionate about the animals, and whales are especially very beautiful, intelligent creatures who are very important for our world and have been discovered to be quite important for slowing climate change as well by pooping. So yeah, that's a fact for you. You can actually type !fact in the chat if you want a fact about whales and dolphins and narwhals. That should hopefully work. Well, I guess that fact didn't actually say what animal it was about. But that would be the narwhal. Okay, so let's see here. Can we might have to make this slightly smaller actually. This might have been a bit too ambitious. We'll make the whale a little bit smaller, even though they are very big. This is on a small scale. Then we can kind of maybe connect it up here. And then roll this inside. And then we connect these up here. Maybe we can roll that up. I don't know if this looks very much like a whale. I'll be honest. I'm not much of an artist. I don't know if we could make a bit of a fin here or something. There. I'll have to see how this looks when it has risen and in the oven. Okay, let's put this on here then. This is a big one. That's the big one. And thank you again, Onlymoose, for donating to WDC, to the Jingle Jam. And yeah, the Jingle Jam is an event that runs from yesterday, started yesterday, and then you probably all know this though. And it runs until the 14th, and if you donate £35 to any of the fundraising streams, then you can select the games collection as a reward, which is 70 plus games, I think, this year. A very, very good reward, especially considering that there's already a very big reward, which is that all the money go to charities. Okay, nice. That's a good reference there. Hello. Let's try to shape this a bit so that the tail goes up and it looks a little bit more like a whale, maybe. Let's hope that works. We'll have to see. I was kind of hoping to make the belly a bit striped like this, and then wasn't sure what to do on the top there. So we need to have space for 20, but this one counts as 2 and this one as well. So now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe I shouldn't space them too far apart, at least. Yes, so these swirlies here, I don't know if you can see me pointing on them from here, but these are the traditional shapes. Or the most traditional shape, I would say. There are lots of shapes. You can try to make one of the other shapes that are less common, but I don't remember all of them because there are some that are pretty advanced and they're just too big, because you get a huge bun or almost a cake kind of thing, or a bread, and it just gets too much to eat. But these two shapes are the most traditional ones. But then you also have this shape that we can make next. And the shapes do have a meaning, but I don't know the meaning, I'm afraid. Not all of them anyway. They are called sometimes lussekatter, which means Lucia cats. So it could be that some of them are supposed to be cat shapes, but I think that these are not. I'm not sure what these ones are supposed to be. I think this one might be some kind of cart or wagon, maybe. I'm not sure. But they do have a meaning. All the different shapes, they have some kind of symbolic meaning. And then we have this kind of shape. You put them together like this, and then you can roll up the sides, and that is not a very nice shape, so I usually don't do that one. And then we have this one where you just spin it like this. And that is one of the shapes. And then there are some that you braid in a specific pattern, and that's kind of a maiden shape, supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure there are horse shapes at least. But, well, usually everyone makes these regular shapes. So the older shapes are kind of not being forgotten, I guess, but most people don't know about older shapes, like me. But maybe I will look them up sometime, and maybe for next year I will try to make some of the older shapes. That could be interesting. Oh, it's 4 AM for you, Scouter. That is very early, or very late, I guess. Same time. But do have a nice night's sleep. Good night. Hopefully you have a good Jingle Jam when you wake up. This one got pretty good. That looks pretty good compared to the other ones. Oh yeah, we need to fit 20 on here, so fit them a little bit closer. They are going to expand a bit. We're going to set them aside to rise a bit more while we're making the gingerbread cookies. It looks so much like a worm, like a worm on a string. I guess you could just make it like this and it's a worm on a string. Well, it's not on a string, a worm off a string, I guess. But that's a shape you could make. I guess we could try maybe to make a braided one. If we take a half of this one. Maybe that's enough. I think you do it like this. But not quite sure how it's supposed to be done. And then you just braid it. And you mash it together on the end a little bit. There, that's a kind of a braid. I'm not actually sure that is a traditional shape, but it is a shape. That should work, hopefully. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was talking about the snow. I made a snow bunny because it was good squeeze snow outside. But then the next day, or actually the night, I think, was it the morning? Well, soon after, the temperature went up a bit too much, above 0, and now the snow bunny looks more like a moomin. A moomin sitting down with head tilted down. Because it lost its nose. A moomin with very small ears. Because the ears went first. I do like the braid shape. Braids are very nice. But I'm not sure if it is a traditional one, but we don't need to be traditional. We can make up new traditions. Right here. Oh, you haven't had any snow yet. Well, I hope you do get some snow. It is a bit of a can be a bit of a traffic disaster when the first snow comes for those who drive, but it's very pretty. And I like it when there's snow if I don't have to go anywhere, because it gets a lot brighter outside. If the snow is just reflecting the sunlight. And also it kind of gets warmer in a way, maybe because of the same reason. It's reflecting the sunlight. And also I think it's nice for plants because they get more protected under the snow. So it's nice to have some snow. But I can understand that it can be a bit dangerous even for drivers. Oh well, you got your wish immediately. That was quick. Very nice. I hope you all get some snow during the winter holidays, if you like snow anyway. I like it does get a little bit more difficult to take walks, because I usually like to take walks along the hills by the sea here, and then I have to walk up hills and then in like terrain where no one else goes, and if there's a decimeter or two of snow, then that can be pretty heavy walking for at least the first times, until you've made kind of a track for yourself. Well, this is some snow. It is nicest, of course, if it stays on the ground, but it's something. It's beautiful. And it's kind of can get you in a holiday spirit. It's kind of like a big bad Santa, but for like big bad Santa is for Jingle Jam. When you hear Big Bad Santa, then you know it is the season. When you see snow, you know it is the holiday season. Well, I guess not everyone does get snow, especially of course on the southern hemisphere, because they will get it in around midsummer. It's so much easier now when I've done this for some time, to roll the dough than it was in the beginning. First ones are always a bit tricky. So we have, this is pretty big. We can probably make this into two equally sized, and then we have two bigger ones there. So I think we have room for like 1, 2, 3, maybe 2 here, and then the other ones down the bottom. So we can take the big ones maybe up here. That should be fine. Oh, hello, Gabby. Welcome to the stream. We are baking some saffron buns, or Lucia buns, which is I think it is Scandinavian tradition. I don't exactly know. I know it is a Swedish tradition, but I think that maybe they do it in Norway as well. Maybe. At least, maybe in Denmark too. Quite possibly in the Swedish-speaking parts of Finland as well. They do kind of look tasty. I don't think I would. I mean, I have eaten a bit of the dough already. But they are a lot tastier when they are done, come out of the oven. Usually, of course, because of the name, you can maybe see that they are usually eaten or made or eaten around Lucia time, which is a holiday in Sweden on the 13th of December, because that's when you have the Lucia trains, or the Lucia, what would you call, processions maybe. It used to be that people would just go to their neighbors. They would dress in like their nightgowns, or maybe they would dress in something else back in the day. You dress in white gowns, and then you have the Lucia has got a crown of candles on her head, and then the others have like tinsel or red bands, or a cone and a star, a staff with a star on it. That's the traditional stuff. Nowadays you can have like little Santas and other characters in the procession, and then you sing special Lucia songs. That is the thing. So you do it early in the morning when it's dark. So the idea is, Lucia was some kind of saint in Italy long ago, apparently, and I don't know how it became a Swedish tradition. But the idea is basically, I think, it kind of took over a heathen tradition, I'm guessing. But the idea is that Lucia brings the light, because it's such a dark time in Sweden, Scandinavia, during this time, and it's just in northern Sweden it's just dark all day, basically, and then Lucia comes and brings the light, which means that the light is coming back, and there is hope again in the darkest night. Although it's not the, what is that called? It's not the longest night on the 13th. I guess they just picked that date for some reason, because it's otherwise too close to Christmas, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's something that I don't usually like to get up too early in the morning, but on Lucia I sometimes do get up early. So you can sit and watch the Lucia procession. They have one on television, or probably several, where they sing the Lucia songs with very good singers, and you sit there and eat Lucia buns and maybe some gingerbread cookies and drink some glögg, or we call it in English glühwein, mulled wine, I think. Mulled wine, I think it's called. Yeah, I can't really imagine having darkness all day either. I live in the southern part of Sweden, so luckily we don't have those really long dark days. But if you get above the certain line, I don't know what it's called, then it's just very, very dark all winter. And yeah, it's not great actually. People don't generally like it. But on the other hand, which might not be a positive either actually when I think about it, but on the other hand, in the summer, then they have basically light all day long. They basically have no night. I think I heard a sound. But it doesn't show anything. No? Maybe it was a delay. Oh, I see. It doesn't show up in the feed. I guess there is a delay on Twitch. It doesn't work perfectly. But thank you for the follow, Sally. And I think that's all. That's all of the Lucia buns. So now we want to let them rise for about 40 minutes or so. So I'm going to move them out. Well, move them from here because now we're going to make gingerbread cookies. So we need some space. Let's cover those. I'll be right back. You can maybe try out the BRB screen, because I don't know if it works. Hopefully it should work and you should see some maybe some WDC videos. BRB.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm Head of Hunting and Captivity.
Hi, I'm Lottie. I'm the Campaign Coordinator here at WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation.
We're super excited that WDC is part of Jingle Jam once again, and I can't wait to see all the shenanigans everyone will get up to this year.
Funds raised from Jingle Jam 2023 will support WDC's work across the globe to end hunting and whaling for good, so that whales and dolphins can live safe and free.
Stopping whaling is important because not only do these amazing, intelligent and sentient creatures deserve to swim free from the threat of harpoons, but they're also our vital allies in the fight against climate change.
Your generous donations will allow us to expand our team and increase our in-country efforts in whaling nations like Iceland, Norway, Japan and the Faroes.
We'll be able to ensure key staff can attend International Whaling Commission meetings to make global policy changes, keep fighting for the ban on commercial whaling to remain in place, and close loopholes that will allow whales and dolphins to be killed.
It will also fund tests on hunted whale and dolphin meat, so we can expose the toxicity levels and share important health-based facts across hunting nations, and persuade consumers to stop buying and eating it.
Thank you for joining us here at WDC for Jingle Jam 2023. However you're supporting us, know that it's making a big impact on whale, dolphin and ocean conservation.
Okay. Hello and welcome back. Hello. Oops. Sorry. So that was the Lucia buns. And the video worked. Nice. Thank you for letting me know. It took a lot to set up all of these things to work. And you never know what's going to go wrong. I'm happy that worked. So now we're gonna try to make some gingerbread cookies. The dough is a little bit light because I didn't have any brown sugar, but that'll be fine, I'm sure. So we have these traditional shapes here, and there are a few of them. I'm sure is common in many countries actually. Have this similar shapes like the hearts and the maybe some stars, and then of course gingerbread person. Also have a little pig and flower maybe, and the leaf. And the moon. Don't forget the moon. Oh, and bye Sally. I think you probably left already, but nice to see you. So now let's see if we'll take half of the dough to begin with, and we'll see if we can make this really thin. Might have to stand up this part. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it thin without breaking it apart too much. It was a bit tricky to get consistency perfectly fine for the gingerbread dough. And I feel like it often just sticks to the rolling pin. Is that what it's called? Oh, there we go. It sticks there. A little bit more flour. You want to get it pretty thin and evenly thin, especially, so that they cook evenly. Oops, that's not a cookie shape. And of course, the same thing counts here if you are donating to. If you want to donate, you will be supporting WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation. And if you do, you can also select the reward, or you can just tell me if you want a shape, a custom shape. Then I will. It should be fairly easy. Just try to cut a custom shape out of the dough for the gingerbread cookie. If it doesn't, I should try to not make too many little details, because then it's going to just break apart when I try to pick it up. But let us start with maybe. I usually often start with the more uncommon shapes, and then I just do lots of the regular smaller shapes, because it's easier to, like with the buns, you can just eat a few. If you want two, you can just, or if you want more, you can just eat two. So let's start with a person. It can be a bit awkward to eat a person, I guess, but it's just gingerbread. Then it's a bit of a puzzle trying to figure out how to maximize use of the dough. Maybe we can fit in something there on the side. We press it down there, and maybe we'll make one more. Maybe here. Difficult to maximize this one, actually. Maybe we'll make some few pigs here. Maybe one over here. We go a bit further up. I think it can go all the way there. Make sure it keeps its ear. Oh. That worked. And then maybe one in between here. There. I think you can kind of see them on stream. Looks like, oh, I think I cut a little bit of the foot of that person, but it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. Then maybe we do some little leaves. I think we can, this is a good place for a leaf over here. There we go, a little leaf. And on this side. A little leaf. We can add some. I like the leaf shape. It's a nice shape. Have some more. We have another equally sized part of the dough, so we have plenty of space for more. Might have to do 2 rounds of these on the oven plates. Oh, was that a follow? I'll have to refresh the page here, I think, because it doesn't show anything. Oh, there we go. Now it's showing up. Twitterbus, thank you for the follow. You're very welcome. And I hope you enjoy the stream and the baking. I hope that it will go all right as well. Don't burn everything. I don't think I can fit anything in there. In between here. Not quite. I will have to put it kind of like this, maybe. And we can fit another one in here on under the person and the little piggy. Maybe it's good to not have them too close together, because then you can sometimes you can just push the in between space in between dough into the cookies. But that looks alright, I think. Maybe we'll switch up the shapes now. We have 2 star shapes here. So we have the, well, I guess they're both 6. What do you call those? Points? Yeah, I guess so. 6 pointed stars. And but this one is a bit more roundish. This one is a bit more pointy. I think we can fit some of these in. Here. Let me know if the music stops, by the way, because I don't know if the track I put on is long enough. I think I can hear it in the background from the other room. Didn't really have set up to be able to hear the sounds myself. Didn't really have time to set that up. So I just have them running or playing in the next room. Hoping they don't go on the microphone. Maybe we can get one. Yeah, I think we can get one right here. The edge of the dough. We can get this away. I feel with gingerbread cookies, they tend to get more floury towards the end. So it kind of gets trickier. Anyway, towards the end. Because now it's a pretty good consistency, I feel. Right now. There, we cannot really get the star in there. But we can get it here. We can even get it very close to this one. Right. So. I don't know if there's a meaning kind of, I mean, there's obviously some meaning to these shapes, like there is with the Lucia buns. There's obviously some more flexibility with gingerbread cookies, because they're just flat. But I don't know if there's any traditional special meaning, except that this is a star, this is a leaf, so on. And I have no idea how this tradition began. It's a bit strange, in a way, to... Well, maybe not. Just make people shapes and animal shapes and heart shapes when you think about it, and then eat them. But I guess they kind of had some symbolic value in the beginning, maybe. Like, or the stars were maybe for stars in the night sky in the winter, bringing the light, much needed light. And the moon as well. Maybe the heart is just for the warmth of love. Maybe. I think maybe we have another leaf here. It fits a bit better. And then we can put another star down here. Now I don't think we can fit 2 stars down in this space. Maybe we'll have a moon. Can we fit 2 moons? Possibly. And then another moon here. Yeah, I think so. Just about. Just about enough for another moon. There we go. Now we've done this sheet. Now comes the little happy part of just removing all the in-between bits between the cookies. That is kind of the thing that I feel it takes the most time. You want to be careful not to damage the cookies. Maybe there's a better way. I don't know. It's just the way I've always done it. Do you bake any? Do you do any Christmas baking around Christmas? Yeah, I guess that's when you would do it, or holiday baking, rather, because there are different holidays. I don't know what the traditions are in many other countries. I know gingerbread cookies are pretty common though. I don't know if it's like a common thing to do with your family or something. Okay, it's here. Oh, careful of the piggy's ear. This is a bit tricky. Oh, there we go. Get this. So put that into the other dough. Then we can reuse it. Let's see, we can get this part. Without damaging the other nearby cookies here. Might have to start moving cookies over to the sheet. This is getting very tricky. So let's hope this works. Usually they get a bit modified, so to speak, when you move them. Might be that I have too little flour underneath, or I don't know. But they taste the same, so I don't mind. Now we can get a bit more here. That was just a notification from the WDC Discord, in case you're wondering. This becomes a little bit of a chubby leaf now. Kind of an oak leaf. I guess it is an oak leaf. Or could it maybe be holly? Could possibly be holly leaf. I don't think it's that common in Sweden as a representation of Christmas holidays. But I don't know where, I'm not actually sure where these shapes came from. I don't remember. I bought them myself, or if these are from my grandmother maybe. That one went pretty well. I think you could put them pretty close to each other. Oh, this one is a bit damaged on that. That's fine. We fixed it. We salvaged it. interested in seeing how the whale bun turns out. If it's actually going to look somewhat like a whale, or maybe it'll look more like a snail. I guess there are snails in the ocean too. I guess that would work. Put a star over here. A lot of stars. Maybe I went overboard on the stars. But some of these, like these ones, are different stars. We have some variety. Not sure what I'm putting there. Maybe I'm putting this person. Yeah, people shapes are more tricky because of the little bits at the arms and the footsies. Oh, this one. A bit mangled. Whoops. That's fine. It's a star. It's some kind of star. Maybe this one. Oh, I cut it off at the bottom there. You fix that. There we go. I cut that one off as well. Can't believe. Oops. Careful. I'm amazed that there were, I don't know if you heard, but I think there were over 500 registered fundraisers this year, which is pretty amazing. Can I get these bits in between out first? I think that would make it easier. And there's a little bit here. Come on, come on. There we go. And then this armpit. There. This looks like a tricky one. Right, be careful about it. Oops, I think I got a bit of the foot of that pig. We can mend that. Mend it with a little bit there. That's fine. Now you go for the person. I guess you also can. I'm more likely to see the person looks a little bit different. Put them there. It turned out okay, I think. Ooh. Piggy is running with the nose up in the weather. I guess that doesn't make too much sense. I think that's just a Swedish saying. Get this person. There we go. And final pig. Ah, that went pretty well. There's a bit of water there. Get that. Doesn't mess up the cookies. Go. All right, then we do it again. We do the next part. The other half. Plus the in-between bits, of course. And a bit more flour. Okay. Let's roll it out. Maybe some more flour on there as well would help. Let me reload this. Seem to want to be very stable. There we go. Good. Yes, I have a kind of composite view with some parts of the scene on the other computer. Kind of want to see the view here on. Does it show? I want to do some tech investigation here. Sorry, just to see if the bar is showing anything. Showing 0 for some reason. So. Okay, so it looks like there was a bit of difficulty because me and Knapp, who was here earlier, we are fundraising together in a team, and apparently if you make a team campaign you can't choose a charity, so we had to make individual campaigns from the team campaign, supporting the team campaign. And then I just assumed that the total would go into the team campaign and show up there. But apparently it doesn't. So I will have to fix that for the next stream. It should be an easy fix though. Maybe I'll give some feedback to Tiltify about how that works as well. Because it would be nice if you could have a team campaign and raise money together instead of having 2 campaigns for the same team. Oh. However. Well, I guess you could do it some way. I don't know. It'll work itself out. I'll work it out, I guess. Okay, so we want to make this equally thin. As thin as the previous batch, so that they cook evenly together with those, so they don't. Of course, some of them are likely to get a bit burnt, because they only need to be in the oven for about 5 minutes, and usually one or two of them just get burnt, or I just miss it. And I check them at 6 minutes, and then some of them are burnt. Oop. I think that... Oop. I think it folded itself up a bit there. So let's do that again. A little bit more. Okay. It's a bit bumpy here. I think that should be fine now. Okay, so what shapes have we not used? We use stars and people and the pig and the leaves. We've done those, and a few moons, but we can have some more of those. I do like the heart shapes, and they are easy to fit together. So let's do some more. I haven't done any yet. Let's do some of the hearts. Not broken there. Okay. So we'll start with some big hearts, so you can just place them next to each other like this. I like that. With the hearts. They're kind of easy to place together efficiently. I mean, they are basically triangles with the bumpy end. If you're talking geometrically, maybe, as you do. It smells good though. Gingerbread dough is always too tempting to eat, or too tempting not to eat. But not great to eat too much of it. Maybe we can fit in some small hearts now. The big one doesn't fit over here. Get some small hearts in. I don't know whale anatomy. Do they have... I'm assuming like most mammals have one heart. But I assume that whales maybe have pretty big heart to pump through their large body. Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away with the hearts now. They're just such a good shape. But, okay, let's try to get another shape in before I fill this entire thing with hearts. Maybe let's try some daisies, maybe? Could it be daisies? Some kind of flower, I think, is what this is. They fit pretty well next to each other as well. Basically bumpy circles. You have a circle too. I guess a circle is just a full moon. My interpretation. Maybe we'll have to have a leaf there or something. I kind of do like the challenge of gingerbread cookie cutting, where you try to get as many shapes as possible on the same sheet. that it was not well cut in the corner there. Okay. Maybe we'll switch it up with some of the shapes. So let's have some circles. Or full moons. I guess it could be suns too, or whatever else is round. Any round shape you like. You can imagine it is that shape. I think we just about can fit a leaf in here. Just about. But not here. I think that is too thin, unfortunately. Maybe half moon. No. We just have to leave that one over there in there. Do we have any shapes we haven't used now? No. Okay. Maybe I should have some more half moons because I haven't used many of those. Those are pretty nice too. There, just about fit another one in there. Maybe we can fit one over here. And still fit one down here. Like that. And then the final one here. I don't think we can fit anything. So let's start removing the outer bits again. And then I think we just make one more, maybe. Because at some point it just gets too small, the dough. And it's not worth making more. You can just eat the final bit, I guess, if it's not too much. Basically just flour and sugar and spices anyway. As a reminder, we are streaming for Jingle Jam, which is a yearly charity event, and we are raising money for whale and dolphin conservation. So if you want to donate, you can do that via the, should be a link at the bottom down below the stream, where it says donate here or something like that. And if you click that one, it should go to donation page. And if you make any donation, then you can choose a shape that I will make from gingerbread into a gingerbread cookie. And if you donate £35 or more, then you can get the Jingle Jam Games collection, which is a big collection of games, 70 plus games, I believe, and some very nice games in there. And at the same time, you're supporting whales and dolphins. You're supporting WDC in their work to protect whales and dolphins and end hunting and protect their habitats. That sounds like a good deal to me. I will be doing so as well, of course. There. So the dough gets a lot smaller, of course. Makes sense. But it never really goes down to zero unless you, I guess you can make the last part into just a random shape or whatever shape you want, not using one of the cookie cutters. And then you use up all of the dough. Sometimes I do try to get an exact amount for one of the cookie cutters, but that's a bit tricky. That can be tricky. Oh. So this is going to be a lot of gingerbread cookies. Hopefully they will last until Christmas. I'm going to put them in a jar so they don't go stale. Or a tin. I don't think it's made of tin. I think it's probably made of iron, but I'm not putting them in an iron. Although I guess that could be a way to cook them. Probably not very evenly though. Not very many at a time. You could just run the iron over them, maybe. Maybe that would work. Maybe you'd ruin your iron. We have just a little bit more on this edge, and then we can start lifting them over. And of course, they won't all fit on this sheet, so we're gonna have to do several batches. And that lifted up very well. Whoop. Not getting as deformed now. Whoop. Maybe the extra flour just to make them easier to pick up. Though this one's sticking a bit more. Kind of feels a bit thicker too. Hope it cooks evenly anyway. And there's a second puzzle of trying to fit as many of the cookies on the same baking sheet without them touching. Oh, yeah. I think that's as many as we're going to fit on this sheet. So let me go and see if the Lucia buns are ready, and then we're going to put the raisins in, and we're going to brush them. And we're going to put them in the oven. So let's turn the oven on. I will be right back.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm Head of Hunting and Captivity.
Hi, I'm Lottie. I'm the campaign coordinator here at WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation.
We're super excited that WDC is part of Jingle Jam once again, and I can't wait to see all the shenanigans everyone will get up to this year.
Funds raised from Jingle Jam 2023 will support WDC's work across the globe to end hunting and whaling for good, so that whales and dolphins can live safe and free.
Stopping whaling is important because not only do these amazing, intelligent and sentient creatures deserve to swim free from the threat of harpoons, but they're also our vital allies in the fight against climate change.
Your generous donations will allow us to expand our team and increase our in-country efforts in whaling nations like Iceland, Norway, Japan and the Faroes.
We'll be able to ensure key staff can attend International Whaling Commission meetings to make global policy changes, keep fighting for the ban on commercial whaling to remain in place, and close loopholes that will allow whales and dolphins to be killed.
It will also fund tests on hunted whale and dolphin meat, so we can expose the toxicity levels and share important health-based facts across hunting nations, and persuade consumers to stop buying and eating it.
Thank you for joining us here at WDC for Jingle Jam 2023. However you're supporting us, know that it's making a big impact on whale, dolphin and ocean conservation.
We believe that whales and dolphins have rights. The right to swim where boats don't injure them. The right to swim wild, in clean, natural, noise-free waters. The right to swim free, not to be trapped in fishing nets. The right to be free, not held captive for human entertainment. The right to live, not to be hunted. The right to exist as nature intends, not as humans decide. If you believe in these rights, then you would be right to join us.
The battle against the climate crisis can sometimes feel hopeless. Our oceans are rising, our ice caps are melting, and our forests are burning. We can all feel the winds of change blowing, and not in the right direction. But what if I told you there was hope, down there beneath the waves? There lives our mightiest ally in the fight against climate change, tending vast floating rainforests that are a vital support system for all of life on Earth. They are climate giants. They are whales. They need us, and we need them. It's time to step up, to protect our whales, to protect our oceans, to protect our planet.
Hello. Hello chat, and welcome back to this little morning baking stream. I hope it is enjoyable in your morning. It's Jingle Jam morning or evening if you're in a different time zone, and that you're looking forward to more Jingle Jam streams today. So now we have these Lucia buns or saffron buns, and now we got to put the raisins in. So on these common ones, traditional ones, I usually just put, it's sticking together. Just put one raisin here and then one raisin here. In each of the swirls, just put a raisin. Kind of like that. So they have to shove them in a bit so they stick in there. And if you don't like raisins, you don't have to put raisins in. Or you can just remove them before you eat the bun. But I like them, so I'm putting them in. Here. Little raisins. These are almost kind of touching. I'm going to try to push this one a little bit, just so it don't stick together too much. Doesn't matter if they stick together a little bit. And this one will have 4 raisins because it's a double. Some bigger raisins this time. And then we'll put on this kind of 12th one, I don't know what to call it. Put a raisin up there, and then I guess we'll put a raisin up here, the braided one. And then of course, oh, I missed one here. This one needs to have raisins too. And then of course the whale needs to have an eye. Maybe somewhere here. I don't know if the whale should have anything else on any more raisins. I think that's good enough, so I'll just eat the other ones. Okay. Now I'm going to get the water because I'm gonna brush them. Here we are. We have a bit of water and a brush, and I think it's a bit yellow because I used this brush with the saffron before. Get it out of the mortar, but that's fine. The saffron buns. So we just want to get a bit of water on them. You can use some other liquid if you use milk or like oat milk or something, but water works fine. I don't know if anyone uses oil or something. You just want to get kind of a surface that is slightly harder on the top. So you just want to get a bit of water on them. Just a little bit. Not too much though. There we go. And now let's put them in the oven. Okay, the buns are in the oven. So let me set a timer. We don't forget. I'll set a timer for 10 minutes. And maybe we'll go a little earlier, but the oven hasn't quite warmed up fully yet, so I think 10 minutes is pretty good. But yeah, then we will see how they turn out. Meanwhile, we can actually do some more of the gingerbread cookies. I'm not sure even that these and the final ones are going to fit on one sheet. I guess I can just finish the last ones off later. Okay. Roll this last piece out here. Try to get it thin. Oh, so now it kind of starts to break up more when you get close to the end, and also I don't have enough flour on the rolling pin. Oh, there we go. I think that's pretty good. Feels pretty even. Let's get some more shape in here. We can do some more hearts. That should be easy to get a lot of them in here maybe. What if I do this? Can I fit another one in? I don't think so. Okay, it got tricky immediately. Let's do like this. And then maybe like this. That looks pretty alright, yeah. Fitting these in here. And then one here maybe. Maybe I should have done the ones in the middle here first. But I think we can only fit something like this anyway. Oh, just there. So we want as little as possible. I guess if you really like to eat the dough, then you can choose to not be as efficient. Well, okay, I wasn't very efficient there. Anyway. That's fine. And one more, can we get one more in here? I think we can just about get one more like that at least. And then we'll get the rest of this away. Oh. I was getting close to 11 now. I guess that was the stream. But we're almost done with the cookies. These need to go in after the Lucia buns, of course, but they are very fast. You need to be so careful not to burn them. Oh. There we go. That's the remaining part there. We can try to move them at least up here. Maybe we can get one or two more cookies out. That would be very nice. Oh, a bit more. Go. Bit more flour on the rolling pin. Rolling pin. Okay. Oh. Did you hear the Diggy Diggy Hole song, by the way? The community longest Johns. That was pretty good. I'm very impressed with how they edited all that together. Both the audio and the video. Doesn't quite fit, I think. Have to have a half moon. And then what do we fit in here? Can we fit a big heart in here maybe? No, not quite, I think. No. We'll have a small heart. That's the final ones. Unless we can get one final one from this last piece here. I wonder if I could maybe try to shape this up a bit like a whale. Oh, it's difficult. This is not easy. Remove that part. I'll try to smooth it out a bit. A bit like this, maybe. Sort of whale shaped, kind of. Well, I think that will have to do. I'll try to not break it apart too much. Remove it. I'll just eat that part in this pot. Okay. Let me have a look at the saffron buns. And there they are. They are done. We have the traditional shapes, some shapes I made up, maybe. Oh, and that's the alarm too. And we have a whale. Well, supposed to be a whale. Kind of whale shape-ish. But there we go. Now let's get the gingerbread cookies in. Okay, and now I need to put a timer on a very short timer actually, like 3 minutes, just so we don't miss it. And then we're going to put the other gingerbread cookies on this sheet. Oh, careful with the whale. I don't know if anyone else in chat put their tree up yet, if you have a Christmas tree. Don't know when it's customary to do it anywhere else, but I just put mine up yesterday. So I had a lot of things to do yesterday. I put the tree up and I put the Christmas lights, Christmas Advent lights up. And the Advent star, the Christmas star in the window. Try to put these pretty close together so I can fit more. And then I had to set up this stream because I hadn't managed to fix all of the details quite yet. I wanted to make sure everything was working. So there was a lot to do yesterday. And also fixing the Tiltify stuff. Because I found out that about the team campaign stuff. Get this in there? Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll be just about not going to fit all of these in here. That was a bit of a mistake there in trying to fit something in here, I think. Better? Yeah, we're not going to fit all of them. Not quite. Okay, let me go check on the gingerbread cookies. And there they are, as usual. One or two slightly burnt cookies. But that's how it goes. If you want to get the other ones well done. And I think it turned out pretty okay still. You have to be really careful with the gingerbread cookies. But yeah, there they are. And let's put the other ones in the oven. I don't think we need to fit any more on here. Set it on 3 minutes again to make sure we don't burn. Well, we burn as few as possible, I guess. Yeah. So, how are you doing? I'm thirsty. Oop. We should also find out, we're almost done, we should find out if there's anyone to raid. Do I get any suggestions if I do this? Maybe I can check the WDC schedule thing. If I find it. I think there's something pinned. maybe at the bottom. Not quite sure where it is. Maybe in announcements. Oh yeah, okay, good. Very nice. I guess that was the ping earlier. So it is now 11. Oh, is that getting updated regularly? I guess. So we could check if Willowas are they Willowas Place. Let's check if they are still live. Looks like they are. So then we have a raid target. Let me go check on the gingerbread cookies. We have a little bit longer. Not quite done yet. Not quite done. Then I'm going to have a nice Lucia bun for myself. I would offer you one, but you'd have to come here to get it. So that might not really be an option. Okay, let's go check again. Quite yet. Let's give it another minute. You have to really check these often to make sure you're not burning them. Oh, it's a bit more down here. Maybe a bit too floury for my taste, actually. But I'm happy the stream worked. I'm happy I didn't burn anything too badly yet, anyway. Almost done with the second batch of the gingerbread cookies, and then I just have to clean up here. And yeah. So yeah, it's gonna go now, so there we go. Turn it off. And there we go with the second batch. Since I'm not using any brown sugar, they get pretty light in color, but they taste just as well. Just as good. And then we got a little whale there. Kind of a whale shape. Nice. And we're going to let those cool down. And I'm also gonna make the final ones. Close the up. Okay. So that was the stream. Successful baking, I would say. And now I probably won't be live until live again until Thursday, and then it'll be the same time in the morning from 9 to 11 approximately, and then I'll be doing some No Man's Sky, and the idea, at least, let's see how it turns out, is to find some ocean planets, and then we're going to scan ocean fauna in there and to see how many ocean creatures we can find. And if you donate during that stream, then you will get to name the ocean creatures that we scan. And the way No Man's Sky works, if you don't know, is that if someone else visits that planet, there are lots of planets, so the likelihood is not that great. But if someone else would visit that planet, for example, if you invite a friend, they will also find the planet, then they will also see the name of the creature. So they will be named that probably forever in the No Man's Sky world. And everyone who plays and visits that planet, even in their own single player experience, then they will see that name. So yeah, that's hopefully what we will do. Hopefully that will work out. And but tomorrow already, it will be Sunday, right? Yeah. So then Knapp, who was here before, who is a friend of mine, also who streams regularly and is also fundraising for WDC through the Jingle Jam this year, together with me in the our yearly YuleMash event, as we call it. He will be streaming tomorrow, streaming Dwarf Fortress like he usually does on Sundays, from 11, I think, to about 2. And I think if you donate during that stream, you can get a dwarf named after you and get some special thing for your dwarf. I think you can even maybe get the dwarves to make a sculpture or something of, for example, of a whale or whatever else you want it to be. So you can check that out. And then next week, after the Thursday next week, on the Friday we're doing a prep stream for the big event, and on the big event is on Saturday, next Saturday at 9. We start at 9 in the morning. We're doing plate up for 2 hours, and then we're having a short lunch break. After the lunch break, we're doing a Minecraft bingo, specially created. I still have a little bit more work to do on it, but I've made a bingo board that should have a little bit of oh, we got a raid. Guy Curl, thank you very much for the raid, and welcome in, raiders. We are just about to end, sorry. We have, but I can show you what we've done. We have made gingerbread cookies that are a bit pale because they don't have brown sugar. We made a whale over here. Jingle Jam raid, nice. What were you streaming? Can I actually see that? Can I do a shout out? I don't know if that works. I will try it. Underscore. Oh, Death and Taxes. That was one of the games in the collection, right? If I'm not misremembering. Yeah. I've yet to check out any of the games that I don't own already in the collection, but there are some great games. So if you want those games, you can donate to any of the community charities or the Yogscast as well. And if you donate £35, you will get the games collection if you select it. Make sure to select it in the checkout. But that is a great deal because you're also supporting some great charities. Yes. Oh, you have yet to make Christmas cookies. I'm a bit early this year, I feel. I don't always make it this early, but I felt, why not stream it for charity, and then I could get it done. So I don't have to do it on a work day. But yeah, I hope your Christmas cookies turn out well. And I hope these ones turned out well. Try one. Yeah. They'll turn out quite well. They will taste even better when they cool down completely. I think they are the tastiest then. But I will also show you, we made some Lucia buns. Just a moment. So we also made these earlier in the stream. Oh. That's the air cleaner thing turning on. I'm just going to turn it off for now. Doesn't like the oven being on for too long. So yeah, these are Lucia buns. Thank you. I think they turned out quite nice. So this is a Swedish or Scandinavian specialty for the holidays. And they are basically saffron buns. So saffron being a very rare spice, you only made them during Christmas. And they kind of represent different things, different shapes, but I don't really know exactly what they represent, except for this one, which is a whale, or supposed to be a whale anyway. And it was a shape suggested by a donator. That was the incentive for this stream. Yeah, but I was saying also that next Saturday we're going to be doing Plate Up in the morning. Then we're going to do Minecraft Bingo, kind of ocean themed or whale and dolphin themed. There are no whales in Minecraft though, but there are dolphins. And so a little bit themed. And then in the evening or afternoon, we're going to play some OpenTTD, trying to accomplish some special Christmas goals, moving toys and other things that we use, which I think is Knapp's favorite. Knapp is also going to be streaming on that day. So if you like any of those things, you can check that out. But for now, we are going to be raiding on to, I'm just going to check if they are still live. And it looks like they are. So we're going to be raiding on to Willow's Place. There. And they are also streaming in the Jingle Jam fundraising for WDC. So go and support them, check out their stream. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of the Jingle Jam. And thank you for watching. And goodbye.